that music.
Check your engine light.
So should you buy it on
It does. They take some stuff.
really Lazarus, man, you might learn
That money might be better spent with credit. Possible.
that music. With that music.
Check your engine light.
So should you buy it on
It does. They take some stuff.
really
You're coming to the green. Ready? Hammer down. Stay low, stay low. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
Alright. You guys should be able to hear me now. Should be working. Does it sound fuzzy to you? Hang on. It sounds really, really like fuzzy. Does it sound fuzzy? Oh, let me try to fix it if it does. Let me know down in the chat before I get this race underway. Kinda, yeah. Alright. That should be a lot better. Let me know down in the chat if it sounds alright, but I think we need to get back to the racing here. We're losing viewers. Sorry for the... I don't know what was going on there. That sucks because I went on the intro and was talking for like 7 minutes, and I guess the audio wasn't working. I don't know why, but it wasn't working. Sounds fine to me. Alright, well, thanks for everybody tuning in. I shouted all you guys out already, trust me, so I'm not going to go back through and shout everybody out again, but thanks for everybody tuning in here today. Greatly appreciated as always, as there's a checkup off of turn 2 immediately after the start. Lap 1 in the Daytona 500, the 60-second running of it. Schneider got shot out of a cannon on the inside. Ryan Blaney, who started at the rear of the field, gets right to his back bumper, and he is giving him a huge shot off of turn 4. Jimmy Johnson kind of checks up. Schneider checks up now behind Johnson. Lap 1 led by pole sitter Brendan Gaughan. Gaughan leads the field. In the off-season preparation for the debut for Schneider here in the Daytona 500, they got the Super Speedway chassis, 85 on the engine, 76 on the aero, and a 76 on the suspension coming into today's race. Really relying on that push from Blaney. They stuck with the Toyota camp as well, like they ran the 2 seasons in the Xfinity Series. This car looks pretty decent on speed early on. We'll have to see if he can get the single car speed going. Again, we don't know what kind of single car speed this thing has without any practice or qualifying. In the draft, and at least on the bottom lane, though, it does seem pretty quick. Blaney's lost touch of the 99 of Schneider just a tad bit right now, but down the back straightaway, they'll lock bumpers again.
Stay low.
Not going to get any Ally Bank merch in here. Ethan's always trying to tell me to get random merch when I go to these races. I'll probably get something Blaney related, but maybe more track merch. I don't know, it depends. I didn't even show you guys what I got at Charlotte for the Coke 600. I'll show you guys eventually. I'm starting a collection. Another collection. Ryan Blaney has just followed Schneider all the way up through nearly half the field in the opening laps of this race. Brendan Gaughan, who has led every lap so far, is not going to lead this lap at the line. It'll be Joey Gase in the 51, now taking the race lead. Couple of underdogs to lead the first 4 laps of today's Daytona 500.
Still there?
Highly anticipated debut for Schneider. Looking to have a miracle run to start off his career in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Stay on the ball.
500 miles of action, 200 laps, 65 of which in stage 1 trouble. Car hard in the wall. It's Brendan Gaughan, the big one, as they pile up back behind. And on lap number 5, we already have a huge wreck. Brendan Gaughan spun to the outside, hard into the wall, driver's side door first, and just got piled into by about 3 or 4 cars further back in the pack. A nightmarish start for Brendan Gaughan after starting on the pole, leading the first 3 laps, losing the lead, and then losing control of his race car. How the front half of the field missed him, I'm not even sure. I didn't even see him up there until we got alongside of him. And that's just how quick things happen here at Daytona. Already having the big one, and just lap 5, you hate to see it. Not sure how many cars exactly got damage out of it, but there were quite a few of them piling up there into the back of the 62. That started the accident. Green flag back in the air. Schneider starts on the outside for that restart. Quickly jumps down to the bottom. And that 12 of Ryan Blaney looks very fast early on. He rockets to the outside of Schneider to gain a spot there. Schneider, new to the Cup Series, might not get a lot of bump drafting help in this race today, but we know Ryan Blaney's willing to work with him early on. Being a Ryan Blaney fan, I'm A-okay with that. Schneider's now getting a nice pull off of Matt Kenseth from behind. Back on the inside of Ryan Blaney. He wants Blaney to pull in line behind him again if possible. 3 by 3 into 1 and 2, and that big one is not phasing this pack whatsoever in the very beginning of this race. Roy LaJoie sliding around in that middle lane quite a bit, stacking up the field up in turn 2. Schneider stays on the gas on the inside, so it's Justin Haley in the 16 on the top. Schneider thought about going all the way up high to block Blaney, and now he's got Bell on the inside. That's a close call. I saw him at the last second try to evade. Sorry, that's Eric Jones on the 20, not Christopher Bell. Used to watching the Cup races. It's been a while since the ran the Cup Series here on NASCAR Heat 5. As you can tell, debut. Chase Elliott now, fan favorite out in front. Logano, the heavy block on the 20 of Eric Jones. Up the middle, between Haley and Bell. Harvick now on the inside, starting to get a little bit of a run.
Got a car coming inside now.
Kyle Busch to pick up Schneider back in the draft again. Wants to get back down to that bottom lane again, just can't really do it right now. He's got Chad Fincham under him. Schneider gets out of the gas, which stacks up the 18. Busch and Schneider both make their way finally back down to the bottom near the double yellow line. And Ross Chastain to 77 for Spire Motorsports now leads in this race. Taking the lead away from the most popular driver and defending champion Chase Elliott. Man, I thought they were going to wreck again. Stenhouse really bobbled with Kurt Busch all over his back bumper. Fincham tried to side draft the car on the inside of Schneider in the 99. Kyle Busch going to try to help him out. Busch is willing to give him a push now, just like what Ryan Blaney was doing a little earlier. A couple Toyotas working together. And there aren't too many Toyotas in the field. They're all kind of bunched up right now. You got Fincham, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin all right here around Schneider. The 5 Toyotas working in the middle of this pack.
Stay out the bottom.
Hamlin thought about moving down in front of the 99. Kyle Busch gave Schneider a huge push through 3 and 4. Schneider's got a run going now to the back of Tyler Reddick in the 8. Stenhouse thought about moving down as well in front of the 99, didn't do it in time. Schneider stays on the gas, takes it 3 wide now underneath Bell and McDowell, and has to drop in line behind Reddick, who gets sideways of his own into 1 and 2. A lot of cars very unstable in the early going of this race. Handling of the 99 car looks pretty good though. Being in the thick of this traffic since the very beginning, it's good to see. It's about survival, especially in recent years at Daytona, particularly in the Daytona 500. Long race, 500 miles compared to the Xfinity and the truck races Schneider's been used to in the career. Longer races, going to see how he's going to be able to adapt. It's like there is a slow car on the racetrack working his way through turns 1 and 2. Might have our second driver who has already been knocked out of the race, but we do stay green. Might have just had to pit under green. I'm not entirely sure. There's a handful of drivers who are not in this lead pack. Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, couple of the RCR Chevrolets in the middle of a 3-wide battle as well. Not nose to tail yet. Wow, Reddick went down to try and side drive Schneider. Schneider tried to get away, but he had the double yellow line right there. He couldn't go any lower. Now we'll have to kind of hold back Reddick a little bit. Joey Gase wants to work now with the 99 of Schneider. Schneider pulls out of line. Gase follows him to the inside of Harvick and Elliott. 3 wide into 3 again, middle of the pack, just outside the top 10 now. 99 car though, from the rear without practice or qualifying into his Cup Series debut. It's a pretty impressive start. Now what? Going on, guys? I don't know why it's lagging so bad. Nobody else is home using the Wi-Fi right now, so we had this issue before. I don't know. What the fuck, man? I mean, it's not saying... It's like the audio's still working fine, but there's no video for whatever reason. I'm hoping it's all right now. Try to reset it. Yeah, but the problem is if I shut the Wi-Fi off, we're gonna lose the stream. That's the problem. But it's saying, yeah, I mean now it's saying I have some sort of connection, but it's only giving me literally like 500 kilobytes per second. For whatever reason, we had this issue last week too, or not last week. It was like 2 weeks ago we had this issue for some reason too. One night. Okay, there it goes. It's better now. It looks like it's better. Or it's getting better. Yeah, for some, it just... I didn't want you guys to miss any more of like the racing action. But for whatever reason, for like 2 or 3 minutes, it just lags out bad. And then it goes, yeah, and then it goes back to normal. It did that last time too. But I paused it for you guys. I didn't want you to miss any of the racing action here in the Daytona 500. But we are back to, we should be back to normal. Let me know down in the chat if it is or not. We should be back to normal. It just like I lose connection for like a whole 2 or 3 minutes, and then it just goes right back to normal. For whatever reason, like nothing happened. I did that a couple weeks ago randomly.
Still there? Wow, that's fast. Still there?
Schneider's working his way through the field up to a Chastain has now lost the lead to Alex Bowman in the 88. Nobody wants to work with
Careful, still there.
Eric Almirola. Former winner at Daytona's only 2 Cup Series career wins have come on super speedways.
Stay on the bottom.
Is it lagging terribly again?
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
It's just cracked the top 5. Logano now going to give him a push. Looks like all the Penske cars want to work with him right now. What is going on with this stream? Last week, it wasn't this long of an issue. It kind of went back to normal. This week, it is not going back to normal. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on. Between the mic not working for whatever reason, the audio in general on my mic was not working. For the first couple minutes of the stream, I had this long monologue at the start. And then you guys didn't make me aware of the situation until turn 1, lap 1. And now we have this issue. Now it looks fine again. Okay. Looks fine on my end again. Well, we'll roll with it another time. Yeah, excellent connection. It just fixes itself. I mean, I can't really do anything. I try resetting OBS and like it kind of helps a little bit, but it just kind of works on its own. So if there's any other lagging issues going forward, I'll try to keep an eye on it, but if there's like a slight little lag for a couple seconds, don't worry about chatting about it because it's just going to get me thinking that it went back to the way it was. It's not. Should should be working fine again. Corey LaJoie popped out of line. Almirola chose to follow him, but it was a little late, so LaJoie just kind of popped back in line. Now he looks high again. Alex Bowman jumps up. Schneider trying to keep pace with these guys. Schneider ducks down to the bottom now into turn 3. Lap car in the way. Slow lap car. In damage. It's Clint Boyer in the 14. Schneider goes up the middle. Oh man, Boyer really stacked this field up on the inside lane. Schneider went to the high side, actually went to the middle to try and clear when everything got stacked up, and now he is losing a ton of ground. Here comes fellow Toyota driver Denny Hamlin to help him out. Now Schneider tries to go all the way to the outside, 3 wide as Boyer split in the middle. Schneider goes down the racetrack, trying to side draft the 20. He got into him. Now he's going to lose more ground as Hamlin rolls right around him. That was not ideal at all for Schneider. Kind of a bad luck situation, too. Austin Dillon's pushing the heck out of him in the middle lane, in the middle of the corner. Got him loose off turn 4. Contact with Hamlin and Stenhouse. Ping-ponging off one another. And finally back down to the bottom in front of Christopher Bell. Now before falling all the way back to 13th. He was up to 3rd. And Boyer just destroyed that run that everybody had. He's got heavy damage. I don't know why he didn't fix it. He was likely involved in the big one that took out 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Schneider had a huge run on the outside. Now we get a caution. Further back in the pack, I wouldn't be surprised if Boyer might have stacked them up and they ended up wrecking that time, because they just about wrecked a little bit ago. Michael Turner, welcome on into the chat as well. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. At least we're only 21 laps into the race. Already 2 cautions in the first 21 laps tonight. But not the way I had envisioned the actual stream running here tonight on probably the biggest race of the season outside of the championship. Oh, why is it doing that again? I don't know. I did it once last week, and now it's doing it like 3 times. It was lagging earlier because the internet was going crazy that Keegan was in. Okay, it looks fine now. No, there it goes again. It's like we're probably going to have these issues all night. I mean, there's just probably no way for me to fix it. I don't think there's any way for me to fix this. I will do my best. It's fine on my end. Maybe it's just my end that it's doing it then. I doubt it, but usually it's pretty good on my end. No, it is my end. Warning the current stream bit rate. What does that say? Recommend we use stream. Saying I have good connection. But it's lagging like crazy for whatever reason. I feel bad. I feel bad for you guys watching this. Green flag back in the air. I hate pausing it too. It just prolongs everything. It's already a 500-mile race. Prolongs everything for me to get this over with because I got to work tomorrow, and prolongs it for you guys watching. Schneider again has to restart on the outside, quickly gets to the bottom behind Chad Finchel. Field is led into turn 1 by Alex Bowman in the 88. Boyer again just does not take off on the restarts back there. I'm just shocked he hasn't repaired his damage yet. Schneider now going to get a push from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the bottom lane. 3 wide through the tri-ovals. They get up to speed here at Daytona. In the 500, Schneider has a massive run. Bobby Carter must have had to lift in the tri-oval. Might have gotten a little out of shape. Schneider stays in line behind the 20 of Eric Jones, who's giving Corey LaJoy a massive push on the bottom to try and get underneath the 88 of Alex Bowman. LaJoy goes up to side draft Bowman now. Down the back straightaway, Schneider holds the run. He goes all the way to the inside. Logano's not close enough to help. 3 wide for second place. LaJoy blocks Schneider on the bottom. Corey LaJoy to the lead for the first time today in the Daytona 500. Schneider finally gets the push from Logano. He's up to a race high second place. From the rear to second in 27 laps. Logano still pushing Schneider, trying to get him a run through turns 1 and 2. It's going to get him a little loose, but Schneider stays in the gas, trying to hang on to him. Oh, shoot. I was paying attention to the chat there. Went down to the apron, still holding on to second, but Logano obviously did not want to push down there. And here comes Bobby Carter in the 73, a generated rookie driver, I guess, too, that we'll be battling for in the Rookie of the Year race. Schneider just trying to hold everybody back for second, up high to block Logano. Logano's going to push him down to the bottom in front of Bobby Carter, and Schneider about turned himself in the tri-oval. Corey LaJoy's getting way out ahead of the field now. 3 by 3 though in the middle of the pack. Still side by side for second. Carter again with a push on the bottom. Logano all the way on the outside trying to draft off of LaJoy, who's a lot further out ahead. And Logano pulls down to block Schneider into turns 3 and 4. Single file now through the top 5. Schneider is pushing Logano, trying to get these guys up to the back bumper of Corey LaJoy. These guys are closing in on LaJoy quick now that they've gotten organized, at least inside the top 5. Back to Stenhouse, they're still 3 by 3 from 6th on back with Austin Dillon, Chad Fincham in the mix. It looks like Cole Custer's up there as well in the 41. Now, 2nd through 4th goes to the outside. Going to give them a run off turn 2. They're going to cut down to the bottom. Oh, working as a trio. Stenhouse is well behind these guys trying to work. Now he hops up on the outside in front of Austin Dillon. LaJoy down low to block Logano into turn 3. Gotta be careful, especially with 3 cars pushing simultaneously. We've had 2 cautions already, 1 big one back on lap 5. Keep swinging high, he's going to lose the lead one of these times to the 22 of Logano. Logano, a former Daytona 500 champion, won the race back in 2015. Schneider looked to go high, Bobby Carter hangs him out. Logano stays on the outside as well. Carter to the bottom now, getting a run behind LaJoy. Schneider hots in line behind Carter in front of Bell. Logano still up high. Logano's going to lose a couple positions because of it. I can see if he hops down in between the 95 and the 99. Schneider to the inside of Carter now, who loses the bottom. Same move Logano made, and it cost Logano. It's probably going to cost Carter. Christopher Bell is coming in that 95. He's going to give Schneider a push down the back straightaway. 4 cars on the inside lane versus the outside should help the lane near the double yellow line. Schneider again to second. He still has not yet led. And again, they're just slowly creeping up on LaJoy. Still 34 laps in stage 1. And now we'll see if the Toyotas can work together. The bumpers may be aligning a little bit better between the 95 and the 99. Two of these drivers, CRD development program, will be fighting for the Rookie of the Year honors this season. Joey LaJoy out in front, the Daytona 500. A win and a top 30 place in points will grant you a spot in the 16-car playoff field for the final 10 races at the end of the season. Saw how much that's meaning for Michael McDowell in real life after he won the Daytona 500 in 2021. How big is that going to be for this team? Whether it is any one of these front four teams, actually, Joey Gase as well. LaJoy up high. Bell and Schneider to the bottom. Schneider to the lead in 3 and 4. And I think now is the time where the chat needs to get on their feet, because their favorite has just taken his first career lead in the NASCAR Cup Series. Halfway through stage 1, he gets his first career lap led with the help from Christopher Bell. A lot of the Toyotas running very strong and running near each other a lot today as well. Now you see Eric Jones in the mix on that outside group, trying to get them going as he hopped up in front of the 32 of Corey LaJoy. Schneider trying to block as much as he can. He wants to hold on to this lead as long as possible. Practice for maybe those blocking maneuvers for late in the race as well. Going to be smart with it, though. Has to be. To see how the rookie's going to do out in front on the biggest stage. Look at the run. The 51 of Joey Gase is going to get on the inside lane. Thought he was going to be able to get underneath the 99, but not quite. They're 3 wide for second place. Schneider's now led 2 laps consecutively as well, as he still continues to try and hold the lead. But it's Eric Jones on the outside in the 20 who has a run but can't quite clear the 95 of Bell, who side drafts him. Now maybe a little help coming from the 32 of LaJoy and the 22 of Joey Logano. Schneider picks the inside lane, thought about the middle, instead hopped down in front of Joey Gase. And Eric Jones will take the lead for the first time in today's Daytona 500. I like the feet in the chat. These guys are going to be coming up on Clint Boyer here pretty soon as well. This might jockey this running order around like it did earlier in the stage. LaJoy, Schneider, and Gase on the outside. Jones on the inside. Schneider's going to go wherever Boyer isn't. It didn't work for him last time. Looked like it was going to, but then it didn't. I would have to assume it might end up working this time around. Boyer down on the bottom. LaJoy and Schneider to the outside. Corey LaJoy back out in front of the Daytona 500. Joey Gase followed the 99 to the 32 as well. Boyer stacking up the inside, and Jones is going straight backwards. Ryan Priest and Alex Bowman fill out the rest of the top 5. Gase locks bumpers now with Schneider. We'll see if they can get a run on LaJoy again. Join that middle to upper groove. 88 of Bowman looks really fast as well. Up to 4th place, and he's kind of closing in with no help to the back of the 51. With these 3 probably backmarker cars for this season running up at the front early on. Either at the back behind the lead pack or at the very front is probably the safest place to be in the field. We saw the big one happen in the middle to the rear of the pack earlier. Definitely not where you want to be at the most risk. We brought that second caution out, was probably back there as well. Bobble. center of the corner. Now Bowman kind of gets to the back bumper of the 51, maybe a little more, trading more energy by this three-car group and trying to catch Corey LaJoy. This is where that single car speed lacks in the 99. Probably another reason why he was only able to hold on to the lead for 2 laps when he got up there as well. Still 26 to go though in stage 1. These guys can go about another 14 laps or so on fuel. And we have had 2 cautions already.
Still there inside.
Schneider almost lost the bottom there. He came off the bottom a little bit, sliding up the racetrack off turn 2, but still squeezes down in front of Gase. They still close on Corey LaJoy slowly but surely, but that's just the speed in that 32 car for go fast racing here tonight. They're trying to keep this pace up. Closes into turns 1 and 2 to the back bumper of LaJoy. Again, just slowly but surely trying to get there. Now we'll see down the back straightaway if he can really get a run. He takes the risk, he goes high, but Gase follows him. That's what Schneider needed. Another push from Joey Gase as well, and now a massive run into turn 3, but nowhere to go with it for the 99. He ran out of straightaway. And he is locked on to the back of the 32 of LaJoy. Not for much longer. He got a little loose. Walks the 51 on the outside, who now gets pushed massively by the 88 of Alex Bowman. And they'll tandem their way up to second and third. Jones not wanting to push fellow Toyota driver in front of him. Probably because he's got a teammate on his back bumper already of Denny Hamlin. Schneider now trying to work with Joey Logano. Looks like we got some tandem racing going on in the 62nd running of the Daytona 500. Now the pack's creating some more synergy again.
Stay high up there.
Here's to see if the 51 and the 88 are going to be able to get to LaJoy. LaJoy goes high to maybe block. Schneider got to that right rear corner panel of the 11 of Hamlin, kind of breaking up the 20 and the 11 a little bit. Now he hops in line right behind him again. A lot of these cars on the outside lane. Schneider's kind of committed to going wherever these drivers ahead of him go. Hamlin goes high, or at least couldn't get to the bottom in time. Now Schneider's all over the back of Eric Jones, giving him a push through 3 and 4. 3-time Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin towards the front of the field here late in stage 1.
Still there.
Schneider now underneath Eric Jones. For 4th, he's going to get there.
All in.
Big run on the back of the 88 of Alex Bowman. Going to go high.
Still there.
Trying to side draft Bowman. Case pulls up in front of the 99, now back down in front of the 88 of Bowman. Schneider files down to the bottom now. Single file racing here towards the front now, probably more than what we've seen all day long. Jones pulls up to the outside, Schneider up to block, now back down low. See if he's close enough to get that run off the back of Bowman. Might need a little bit of help. Hamlin really wants to work with his teammate Jones and not really anybody else, it looks like. Again, we will be seeing green flag pit stops in less than 10 laps if we don't get another caution. Gase and Bowman to the outside. They continue to work together. Hamlin on the outside by himself now as well. Schneider's not even going to block it. Schneider kind of knows he's not going to be the one to lead this pack to the front 3. Denny Hamlin, on the other hand, 3-time Daytona 500 winner. I'm sure he can do it. Look at Cole Custer on the outside, that third lane. With damage on his right front. He's got a huge run. And he's going to get inside the top 5 now. Michael McDowell gave a push to the 99. All that did was get him loose. Probably because Logano was pushing him simultaneously. Hamill's kind of closing in on the pack all by himself. Just to show the speed in the 11. Well, Gase and Bowman are finally on the outside of Corey LaJoie, side by side for the lead. Up at the front of the field. Schneider would love to try and make his way around Michael McDowell, knowing McDowell will likely want to tandem with him, but Schneider wants to be the lead car if he's getting pushed. He just can't do the pushing himself. Nobody's bump drafting him. He's not going to be able to lead a pack of cars anywhere. It's kind of what we're seeing when Eric Jones is lined up behind him. Jones does not want to work with Schneider. Bowman now to the inside of Joey Gase after pushing the 51 to the lead, and Bowman's trying to get back out in front again. Schneider to the inside of McDowell. Into turns 3 and 4, but I don't think he's got the horsepower under the hood to try and clear him. Still side by side for the lead, though. That's stacking that group up. Now that the 34 and the 99 run side by side, it's only going to stack these guys up as well. Schneider trying to side draft the 34. He wants to get around, and now he just has to block the 20. Here comes Christopher Bell on the inside. Bell is going to be willing to work with the 99. Here we go. Hamlin on the outside all by himself up there. He's the only Toyota inside the top 5. He's got 3 more further back in the top 10 trying to get up to him. Gase fending off Bowman, but again, Bowman in the inside. Help from Corey LaJoie in the 32. $16 laps to go in stage 1 of the Daytona 500 and about 3 to 4 more laps away from green flag pit stops. 2 cautions in the first 21 laps of the race. It's the longest green flag run we have had so far, taking us nearly 30 laps. The big one already struck at lap 5 when Brendan Gaughan lost control in front of the field, slamming the outside wall. His day comes to an end. A couple other cars further back piled in. Boyer, Custer involved. Custer still has speed. Boyer's been off the pace and is a couple laps down. And that lead group is about to catch him again as you're seeing 2 packs of cars. A group of 5, and then from 6th on back is pretty much congested together. And there's a couple guys just outside this lead group. They're kind of drafting behind everything and trying to stay out of trouble perhaps, in case we get another big one. 4 cars on the bottom. Joey Gase is starting to lose that lead draft, so it's now a 4-car group up ahead. Even now that Bell is pushing Schneider in the 99, they're still not gaining enough time. It looks like we're going to have a lot of drivers coming to pit road this time, a lot of the leaders, in fact. See how many cars are going to stay out. Oh, Bell kind of shuffles the 99 up the racetrack. On to pit road, 2 by 2 by 2. Cole Custer leads for the first time in this race, drafting behind teammate Clint Boyer. McDowell hard into the back bumper of Schneider, trying to push him through the tri-oval. So we have about a dozen cars that decided to stay out. Probably more than a dozen. Maybe 15, roughly, cars. Custer's trying to have a drafting partner with Boyer, but we know how much damage Boyer's got, and we know how much damage Custer's got. That can't be a good combination. That gives Schneider the run. Custer finally makes his way to the inside of Clint Boyer. Schneider all over his back bumper trying to push. And he's slowing down. I think Custer's out of gas.
Getting low on gas. You're running it on.
And as he's out of gas, Schneider will take the lead for the second time today. His third lap led of the race. 13 laps to go in stage 1, and he's going to try to lap a lot of these guys in case we get a yellow. Clint Boyer! Oh my goodness, he just about slammed into about 2 or 3 cars. Schneider goes high to try and miss everything, puts himself in the wall in the process. Does lap quite a few cars. Schneider's going to have to pit this time, but he is losing a lot of ground with no drafting help. That was not ideal.
You're low on gas.
He got slowed up from Custer, and then he got slowed up from Boyer. Now they're stacking up behind Schneider, just about ready to crash. Schneider had to get down to the bottom so he could pit this time. He won't make it another lap on fuel. We'll have 12 to go when he cycles out. Oh, and he locks the tires up. Just about spun the race car. Has to get it down to 55 miles an hour and does. No speeding penalty there. No tires. And just a half a tank of fuel here to try and cycle back to the lead because he lost a lot of time leading up to him trying to make his way to pit road. Remember, the picture is not as fast as what we had in the Xfinity Series there at the end. 8.4 second stop. Schneider trying to get out in front of the field. And he should be able to with the fuel-only stop as well. We got some of those leaders making their way through the tri-oval right now. The field's really going to get spaced apart now after those green flag pit stops have cycled through late in stage 1. Schneider's got the lead as he tries to get up to speed. Side by side for second right now. Actually, Brad Keselowski still has to pit, so it's actually side by side for third. Keselowski might have pitted during one of the 2 cautions. It's McDowell and Gase. Side drafting each other enough. Schneider's a lot slower. Oh, and Gase gets into the back of the 99, kind of shuffled him out of the way. And Schneider's still trying to get up to speed. They roar around him, dropping the 99 back to 4th, but at least the fuel only stopped, giving him a little bit of track position. 3x3 through the tri-oval now. Schneider can't quite stand the draft on the 51 of Gase. Fincham now he slams into the back bumper of Schneider. He gets him loose. Fincham is sideways now as well. Hitting him in just a terrible spot as fast as they are. Is about ready to wipe out the 99. Now Kyle Busch is going to lock on. 2 Toyotas are going to work together. They did for a little bit earlier in the race as well. Bowman on the outside by himself. Schneider down low to try and take over the pit spot. 10 laps to go in stage 1 of the Daytona 500.
Careful. Still there. Still there. Get all clear on top there.
I do all my live streams through OBS. I used to do the Elgato game capture device, but I was kind of having some issues with it that I didn't like, and switched to OBS. And up until a couple weeks ago, we had that one issue that we had, tonight, unfortunately, as well, with just terrible lag and just not getting any internet connection for whatever reason. Even though my laptop was showing I had full signal, for whatever reason, I wasn't getting any signal through the screen. You can also live stream from your PlayStation 4. If you have an Xbox, I'm not sure exactly how it works. It might be the same thing where you go into your settings and just kind of set it up yourself. I don't know how it would be with an Xbox if you have one, but when I first started the channel, that's how I originally streamed before I had a PC. It's just going through the PlayStation. He goes high, trying to get a draft now off the Foil of Joy. Pulling this outside along with Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace working together. We'll see if the Joy, he thought about pulling down in front of Schneider. He had room to do it. Plays it safe, stays on the outside. Schneider's going to gain another spot. All these stage points are important. We don't know how many wins we're going to get, if we're going to get any wins this season. Brad Keselowski leads. Can he make it on fuel to win stage 1? What a strategy call that's going to be. Pitting during one of the two, if not both of the early cautions. He's the only driver that did pit. Not sure if he can make it to the end, though, for these final 7 laps. He'll become the 6th to go this time as he stays out of the pits again. He's at the back of the pack. I think he's in the draft, which will help him save fuel, because if he's not in the draft, he's not going to be able to save at all. Maybe he doesn't have to save. Maybe he's good. Don't really know about that either. It'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out. We'll also have to see if Michael McDowell and Joey Gase are going to battle it out. Right now, they're just kind of drafting nose to tail. There's a huge back of cars from 4th on back that are slowly catching on them just because they have more cars in the draft. As long as Busch and Schneider stay bumper to bumper like this and they don't get too racy behind, they will catch the 34 and the 51 before the end of this stage. Nobody's catching Keselowski unless he has to pit. Brad stays out again. 5 laps to go now for Keselowski in stage number 1. Caution! Caution with 5 laps to go in the stage. This is going to set up a 2-lap restart for the stage 1 victory. And Keselowski's going to pit. He might not be able to make it on fuel. That's likely why he's pitting, because otherwise I don't see why he would sacrifice a chance at a playoff point here. But Michael McDowell will restart from the lead. Joey Gase outside front row. That should leave Schneider and Kyle Busch in row 2. 2 laps to decide the stage 1 victor. Don't want to go anywhere. Thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight as well. Where Schneider did not take tires under his green flag stop, so he might not have the grip some of these other guys do, but as far as speed goes, shouldn't be any faster or slower. Green flag back in the air. Gets a great launch in line behind the 34, but can he get underneath him? Oh, he almost went below the WL line. Smoking those left side tires a little bit. He is going to make it 3 wide for the lead into turns 1 and 2 underneath McDowell and Gase. Clear into turn 1. Oh, has to block the bottom. LaJoie, the restarted pit, just kind of stayed behind Schneider. Followed him all the way through. When Schneider moved up, he almost got around him. Here comes LaJoie again. Schneider again just kind of slides up the racetrack off the exit of the corner. LaJoie had a little bit of a run, then got stalled out when Schneider pulled down the block. That was barely clear. With a little bit of contact off turn 2. Somehow got his momentum back on the outside with Byron behind him, despite Byron not physically giving him a push. Ryan Preece up the middle for 2nd place. Now hops in line behind LaJoie. 1 lap to go in stage 1 and the Daytona 500. And Schneider, the rookie in his first career start, might have a shot to win it. He's trying to block Corey LaJoie right now. Truex is on the outside trying to get it done. He's side drafted Ryan Preece for about 3rd spot. We'll see how they fan out down the back straightaway. LaJoie gonna pull up to the outside in front of Truex and Byron. Might leave the door open on the bottom for Ryan Preece. Schneider goes down to block Preece now. Truex up the middle. I thought he was going to go with LaJoie. He decided not to. And they're going to be 3 by 3 off of turn 4. LaJoie with a run. He's going to get to the line first. Help from Byron. Corey LaJoie wins stage 1 on a last lap pass. 3 wide for about 4th place. At the line, Corey LaJoie steals the stage 1 victory. William Byron 2nd. McDowell 3rd. Schneider 4th. Truex rounds out the top 5. Preece 6th, followed by Nemechek, Gase, Wallace, and Blaney. And this stage will be the 4th caution already in this race today. Now Schneider can pit for tires. It looks like everybody else is going to top up on fuel at least and maybe take tires as well. Corey LaJoie, out in fun. Xbox Dude, Snowman 22, welcome to the stream. Corey LaJoie will win stage 1 in the Daytona 500. He led a lot of laps in that opening stage as well. Schneider loses 6 spots on pit road after finishing a respectable 4th and led 5 laps in that opening stage in his debut in the Cup Series. Pretty solid. We have another 65 laps to decide the stage 2. Schneider up the middle 3 wide between Gase and Wallace. Look at Hamlin and Blaney's runs that they have. Oh, Truex gets sideways. Almost got pushed out of control by the 37 of Brian Preece. Schneider in the middle. It's getting dicey, and they're not even up to speed yet. Side drafted Blaney about as much as he could. He's not going to be able to get to the bottom, though, in front of Blaney by the time they get into turns 3 and 4. Ooh, that was not ideal. Full contact with the 49. Kurt Busch just about turned the 99 around. He didn't hit him square either. He's going at it. Truex, he gets a shot. This guy's racing like it's the final lap of the race. We're just starting stage 2. Already had 4 cautions and 1 big one today. DNFs are on, for those of you wondering, if you're new to the channel. Also, if you're new, subscribe. It's been a wild start to this Cup Series campaign. William Byron is now out in front of the field here in the Daytona 500. Schneider has not been able to get to the bottom since the restart. Locked in behind the 2 of Keselowski and the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Up the middle now. Brad goes near the wall. Schneider didn't want to go that high. Schneider, he thought about pulling down into front of the 22 of Logano, and out the Penske sandwich. Brad gets cleared. Kurt Busch is trying to push the 99 of Schneider. Timmy Hill inside the top 10. Remember, he won at Talladega in the Xfinity Series, and now we have our 5th caution of the race, and it's only lap 71. Man, oh man, we might have a record for the most cautions here tonight on the channel. Brendan Gaughan and Christopher Bell are the 2 drivers out of the race. Bell brought out that caution at the end of stage 1. Towards the end of it, at least. And we'll advance to another restart. Welcome to the Cup Series, indeed.
Almost ready. Great. Got 1 down low now.
And again, Schneider will restart 10th for the 2nd straight restart. He never got to the bottom during that 5 to 6 lap green flag run to start the stage. He was on the top the entire time.
Stay high up here.
Oh, spun the tires a little bit there and then got into the 21 of Benedetto now.
Got 1 down low now. Alright, clear low.
Forces his way into the middle. He's checking up the inside further up ahead now. And again, he's jam-packed in that middle lane with Logano pushing him all the way into the corner. Logano's giving Schneider just a massive shove right now. Schneider had nowhere to go with it except to go 3 wide to the outside of Bubba Wallace and Matt DiBenedetto. Now Alex Bowman's going to push. Schneider wants to clear Wallace before they get into turn 1. Ideally, he does not want to be 3 wide on the outside, but he's going to have to be. With the 88 of Bowman still pushing him. Just barely holding his line. So close to that wall. Timmy Hill not a lot of help on the bottom. Schneider again with a massive run down the back straightaway. And again, he just cannot clear Logano on the inside. But at least they're not 3 wide anymore. They're side by side. And he does have Bubba Wallace to draft with in front of him. Great try by Schneider right now. Keeping control of the race car early on. And to finish 4th in the opening stage of his career also.
Inside.
For those of you wondering about my track record in the Daytona 500s with these full race live streams, it has been 6 full race live streams in a Daytona 500 race in any NASCAR game since I have won. We did not win the last 2 Daytona 500s on full race live streams in NASCAR Heat 5. We didn't win either one of the NASCAR Thunder 04 live streams, and we didn't win the one NASCAR 05 Chase for the Cup live stream either. So it has been 6 since our last Daytona 500 victory in a full race on the channel. And obviously the 99's got a fast car today, but being a debut in the Cup Series, maybe not having the equipment that he'll likely have at the end of the season, it's going to cost him as well. Hamlin just shot the 99 into the wall off turn 2. How did they not wreck right there? Better get it sorted out. Schneider's going to be 3 wide into turn 3 again. And on the outside. Now he hops in line behind Denny Hamlin. I don't know how they didn't wreck when Schneider scraped the outside wall after Hamlin just kept pushing him, even though Schneider walked right up the racetrack. Now it's 3 wide middle. Hamlin's on the outside. Still got Cole Custer down there. Schneider's been on the outside or middle lane 3 wide for over 10 laps now. Still has a wreck, believe it or not. Showing about as good car control as he possibly can. Trying to get to the bottom. Nemechek is there. Finally, he is clear. The 38 of Nemechek finally gets down to that inside lane behind fellow rookie driver Cole Custer. Meanwhile, at the front, Ryan Blaney leads for the first time today after starting dead last. Had to drop to the rear at the start of the race. Failed inspection. Pre-race inspection. He has a very fast race car. Trying to push Cole Custer, trying to get him going. Underneath Stenhouse and trying to get him underneath the 16 of Justin Haley as well. That was a pretty big shot. Ryan Newman in the 6. Push as well. Shot from Newman was greater than the shot that Schneider gave Custer. Schneider rockets to the inside of Custer and thought he was going to clear, but Custer side drafts him right back. Schneider got a little sideways in the corner, drops down now in front of Newman again. Benedetto pulled right down in front of Schneider. Saw how tight the 21 car got when Benedetto took the air off the 99. Almost got up into Blaney. He was just leading moments ago. Benedetto with a block. Wasn't clear. Contact was made. Schneider has to get back down to the bottom in front of Newman and does. Didn't want to get stuck on the outside again. Now he goes 3 wide to the bottom underneath the Benedetto and Byron down the back straightaway. Comes Nemechek. Push that 99.
Still there. Got one peeking outside. You're all clear up top.
Well, he's back up to 8. He's been consistently in the top 10 for most of this race, despite no practice or qualifying, and despite it being a Cup debut. Way to 7, passing Matt Benedetto with really no help. All the Penske Fords look fast now here at stage 2. We saw Blaney leading. We see Logano and Keselowski in the top 10. We saw Keselowski leading towards the end of stage 1 as well. Schneider going to break those Penske cars up now as he gets between Logano and Keselowski for 6th.
on here.
Keselowski shuffled out of line. Schneider to the back of Timmy Hill. Hill gets sideways, slams back into the 99 on the inside.
Careful.
Breaking the run of the entire inside lane there. Allowing Bubba Wallace to get back in line in third. Now Hill goes high.
Still
Got
there.
the move. Logano goes to the bottom, not with his teammate Keselowski. A little bit of a surprise there.
Careful. Still there. Clear high, clear high.
Schneider behind Bubba Wallace. In third is Wallace. On Priest. Chad Fincham leads the way right now. Remember, Fincham won an Xfinity race at Daytona on our Xfinity Series career mode. Top four kind of stacked up there, bringing Logano perhaps back in the mix.
Careful. Still there.
Schneider gets a run underneath Bubba Wallace, and he makes the pass up to third. Wallace drops in line. Looks to. Couldn't do it. Logano stays low. It's Michael McDowell. No, it's Ryan Newman. He sees me behind Logano. Wrong Mustang there. Oh, sorry, Timmy Hill. It's Timmy Hill. It was hard to tell who that car was there for a second. Again, Hill and Fincham both won a super speedway race in the Xfinity Series on our career mode. Trying to do the same in the Cup Series. Chase Elliott is going to make it to the championship four. He's going to have to get in front of Larson to get the champion. Yeah, those, I think, look like the two best cars, especially the last handful of races, 5 and 9. But Larson's just beating him repeatedly, so you'd have to put Larson ahead of Elliott right now. More wins too, way more playoff points as well to just help Larson. We could be watching history in the making with Kyle Larson too. Like, if he stays with Hendrick, let's say he stays with Hendrick the rest of his career, and he clicks away 6+ win seasons consistently, I mean, we could be looking at Larson having like 60 career wins 10 years from now. I'm not kidding. That could happen. And by then he would only be in his late 30s, and he would still have probably at least a good 5 years left in him, competitive years in him from that point. And we could be watching something very special with Kyle Larson over the long haul, and this is just the beginning. He's dominant now. I mean, if he gets a grasp of the next gen car before everybody else too, I mean, we could see Larson really being maybe the next coming of Jeff Gordon. Caution, meanwhile, is out in our Daytona 500. Already the 6th caution of the race, and we haven't even reached halfway. We do know we're going to have another one because of the end of stage 2 at some point as well. And again, most of these drivers stay out of the pits. Chad Fincham out at clutch, Schneider in second. Green flag back in the air here at Daytona. Oh, Logano was on the outside. He just kind of moved down to the bottom, it looked like. Thought about moving to the outside, instead went to the bottom, and that kind of broke up Timmy Hill and Schneider in that outside groove. Schneider's going to have to try to side draft Fincham, but he didn't do it enough, not early enough at least. Priest's going to go to the outside, so literally him and Logano have swapped whether they wanted the top or the bottom. Schneider's going to get a push now for Ryan Priest. That was a massive push. Massive push. He's going to go up the middle. 3 wide for the lead. Fincham all the way up high. Logano's down low. But Logano's giving me the one to clear off of turn 4 and take another lead in the Daytona 500 for himself. Again, Schneider's just stuck on that outside groove as he side drafts Bubba Wallace down and at least keep towards the front, not fade back like we've seen him do when restarting on the outside a lot in this race. Stenhouse still underneath him. Logano moves up a little bit. See if Wallace can get the run and the push maybe from Almirola on the bottom. I don't think he's going to get enough of one. Logano's going to get down. No, Logano does not get down the block. Wallace did carry enough speed there. Schneider down to the bottom in front of Cole Custer. Since Logano does not have the speed, he didn't want to get stuck behind Joey. He's going to take it 3 wide to the inside underneath Logano and Stenhouse. Two of probably the more aggressive super speedway races in NASCAR today. Stenhouse and Logano inside the top 5. Aggressive, but yet more successful. Bubba Wallace out in front, leading the Daytona 500 with help from Eric Almirola. Man, Schneider almost got into Stenhouse off turn 2. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream.
Stay on the bottom here.
Yeah, what, Larson's got 10 career wins now? I think he had 7 with Chip Ganassi. He's already got 3 with Hendrick. Less than half a season. That doesn't count the All-Star race, not French race. And he's won 2 All-Star races now too, so you'd have 12 if you count those. But you know. Doesn't know who to go with. You got a Chevy, a Ford, and a Toyota at the front. Almirola's going to go down low. Schneider's going to follow him now. Oh, another rookie. Tyler Reddick to the front. I think we've seen every rookie at least competing for the lead if they have not led at some point here today. Bella's been up here quite a bit before DNFing. Schneider's up here now with Reddick. Cole Custer has led some laps today. Where's Quinn Halp? He's the only one we're missing. I'm sure we'll see him at some point in time cycle his way to the front as well. Maybe Justin Haley. We saw Bobby Carter, generator rookie driver, as well, of course, the front early on. Qualified pretty decent. Eric Almirola out in front. Nearly won the Daytona 500 back in 2018. Looking to identify himself here this season in his 62nd running of the race. So taking out that lap 15 crash in the 2021 Daytona 500 race. 35 laps to go yet, stage 2. Reddick now to push Schneider. Rolling down low. Thought he was going to take the outside there for a second. Late dive into the corner. Almirola. Schneider's got a pretty solid run. Now it kind of stalls on. He needs another push from the aid of Reddick. Reddick needs to aid that 99 car a lot closer to the 10 if they're going to want to make a run at this lead. Almirola in the middle lane. He's got a deep run. He is all over the back of Eric Almirola. He is bump drafting him now through 3 and 4. Schneider gets a little loose in the center of the corner. Reddick picks him back up again with the bump draft himself. 33 to go in stage 2. We have not alternated through the different camera angles in tonight's race, so we're going to do that now. See this digital dash on the car. We did not see that for the Xfinity in the Truck Series. We have it here in the Cup. Take a quick look. Roll down low. So just barely blocking Schneider off. And again, Schneider is all over the back bumper and pushing Almirola again just to get loose off of turn 4 for the second lap in a row. And he gets tucked underneath that 10 car. Trying to get to that left rear corner panel. This time he gets underneath Almirola, side draps him. And Reddick should be able to push Schneider to the lead through 1 and 2. And Schneider will lead back to the start-finish line. This will be the first lap he will have led in stage 2. It'll be the 4th different time he has led a lap today. It'll be his 6th total if he leads back to the line. Reddick now backs off to get a push from Daniel Suarez. Chris Buescher in the 17 car for Roush Fenway Racing hops down to the bottom behind Reddick. Suarez trying to get the outside group to work. But he's actually in the middle now as here comes Eric Almirola on the top of the racetrack trying to get a run. And Schneider will lead once again at the line. Tyler Reddick underneath him now. Suarez to push Schneider, so Schneider is able to lead 1 lap. The Hendrick Chevrolets working together. Byron, Bowman, nose to tail. Schneider back down to the bottom. Suarez squeezing into the middle, trying to side drop the 99. Truex on the inside. He's going to give a massive push to Schneider into turn 3. Chase Elliott back in the mix as well. 3 Hendrick cars inside the top 8. 4-car group on the bottom really breaking away as they are 3 by 3. Blaney and Newman about to touch off of turn 4. Car looks like an Interstate battery. It's a crappy version of the Interstate battery paint scheme if it was. This is a much uglier green than the Interstate battery cars too, I guess. I mean, I guess it's a similar green, but just the default like font that they gave me for the actual paint scheme itself kind of stinks. I can't do much with it. Kind of like similar to what we had last season with, or not last season, the first season with the Xfinity series. It's like the same font. We had a different sponsor with different colors. Other than that, it's basically the same coordination. Schneider had a massive run. It's now a 5-car group at the front of the field. Truex back at 6th, who's trying to win his first Daytona 500. He's trailing a little bit. Byron swings high. Schneider breaks up the Hendrick Chevys. Bowman didn't slide down in front of Schneider, though. Stays up high with his teammate Byron. They try to get a trap to get out ahead of the 99, and they do. Bringing the 19 and the 12 back into it, perhaps, again. Now Schneider's going to be able to clear Byron off turn 2. Move back to that outside, down the back straightaway. If he's going to go with Buescher in the 17, he's going to push him into turn 3. Reddick moves down. That's going to help this run on the inside lane, and Buescher's going to get the 2nd. Schneider's going to get the 3rd as they hang out Alex Bowman in the 88. Schneider now underneath Buescher off turn 2 for 2nd. Well, Schneider's there. He's easily clear for 2nd. Bowman is pushing the heck out of Schneider off of turn 4, trying to get him closer to the 8 of Tyler Reddick. Reddick is already the 3rd different rookie to lead in this race today, joining Schneider and Cole Custer. Looks like we have 3 drivers out of the race. We know Brendan Gaughan, the pole sitter's out after leading the first 3 laps. Brought out the big one back on lap 5. Bell DNF'd at the end of stage 1. Brought out a caution there late. Schneider can get to Reddick, he just can't get alongside of him like he was able to do with Almirola. A little bit more speed in the Chevy camp could be the reason. We have seen a lot of the Fords up towards the front. Leading laps, Logano a couple times, Blaney, Keselowski, all the Penske guys really all led, but they can't hold on to the lead for very long before losing it. This is what we're seeing right now out of Tyler Reddick. And of course, we saw Almirola lead earlier, but he kind of lost the lead fairly quickly after taking the lead as well. By the way, I looked up what Nutri-Chops is last night. After I said I thought it was a bowl of cereal, maybe I'll have a bowl of Nutri-Chops. I guess it's dog food. So I'm not going to be having a bowl of dog food if I win the championship this season. Not going to happen. I'm glad I looked that up, though. I was laughing so hard when I saw that. I was like, I just said it was cereal, and I was going to have a bowl of it if I win the championship. My rookie season. Caution's out. With less than 100 laps to go, we're already past halfway through this Daytona 500 despite all the yellows. Everybody's going to pit now, so they will not have to pit under green before the end of the stage. Another 6 spots lost on pit road for this 99 crew. He's going to have to restart all the way back in 8th place now. Green flag back in the air. Here in the Daytona 500. 20 laps to go in stage 2. And that was now our 8th caution of the race already. And we got another one coming at the end of the 2nd stage. Hopefully going to be the most we're going to have in the Daytona 500. On the champ. I don't think we've had more than 10. I'd be shocked if we didn't get there at this pace. Schneider gets down to the bottom. Great restart despite being on the outside. Now he's going to get underneath Chris Buescher as well and side draft him. He had the best restart total today despite being from the outside. He was able to get to the bottom. He's going to follow the Hendrick Chevys all the way up to 3rd. He's got a big push from fellow generator rookie driver here of Bobby Carter down to the inside of Byron from 8th to 2nd and 1 lap on the restart for the 99 of Schneider. Has to block Carter down on the inside. Alex Bowman is up high, but his teammate Byron is nowhere to be found now. And there's rookie Quinn Half up to 5th. Wondered if he was going to join the rookie parade here towards the front. Maybe we will see a rookie win the Daytona 500. If not us, somebody might. The Keep Dog. Yep. Taking the literal meaning of it to Nutri-Chops. Bobby Carter is still pushing Schneider trying to give him a run. He's got one now on Alex Bowman into turn 3. Bowman couldn't get to the bottom in time. Schneider trying to get to the left rear corner panel. Gets another push from Carter. 5th different time. Schneider's going to lead at the start-finish line. He's barely going to lead the lap by about a little less than half a car length. A little more, excuse me, than half a car length on Bowman. Bowman's got his teammate William Byron coming from behind. Again, Schneider with a block to the outside. Holds off the Hendrick group. And now back to the bottom in front of Carter. The two rookie Toyota drivers down on the inside. Again comes Bowman on the top. Schneider with another block. Schneider got passed on the last lap of stage 1 for the stage win off of turn 4. But now he's leading again late in stage 2, a chance to get that first stage win of his career. In his first race of his career, nonetheless. Steven Suarez on the inside, another Toyota towards the front as they've been cycling back and forth, much like pretty much everybody in the field that's still in this race has cycled. Bowman's going to have a run on the outside, but Schneider doesn't want to lose the bottom this time. And Bowman's going to get to the lead, help from teammate William Byron. Suarez going to push Schneider on the inside. Eric Almirola following the two Hendrick Chevys of Bowman and Byron. 3 wide for 3rd. Oh! Carter just bounced into the 99 of Schneider. Moving down the racetrack, Schneider was obviously still there. Not sure why he did that. Byron's going to try to go underneath his teammate for the lead. Late in stage 2, 15 more laps. Bowman, Byron, side by side for the lead in the Daytona 500, not working together, but they did work together to get to the front, not only on the restart, but right there as well. Suarez is going to try to thread the middle. Powers his way through. Chase Elliott back in the mix again as well. Schneider trying to side draft Eric Almirola and hold him back. Suarez with that power move up the middle to try to get to 3rd, but he's still got Bobby Carter side drafting him on the outside. Schneider's got a run, looks underneath Suarez, 3 wide into the tri-oval with the 3 young Toyota drivers once again. Byron leads in the 500 after getting around teammate Alex Bowman. Here comes Chase Elliott. Contact between the 96 and the 99. Suarez gets loose off of turn 2. Gathers it back up in that middle groove. Quinn Houff is trying to push Chase Elliott. Suarez gets a massive shot in that middle groove as well. And he gets into the back of Schneider. That push coming from Almirola. And Suarez just fends off Schneider, pushes him to the side, and again up the middle, forces his way into a gap that really wasn't there to get to 3rd place. Suarez being extra aggressive. 4 wide in the tri-oval. Oh, the wrecking! No, they didn't. They saved it. Haley and Custer got together. I believe Truex was back there as well, might have had some contact. They were 4 wide in the tri-oval, and they made it. David Reagan inside the top 10 as well.
Still there? Careful. Still there.
Back bumper of Kurt Busch.
Stay low. Stay low.
The driver who's come and gone inside the top 5 throughout the day, but I don't think Kurt has led any laps. Some of these other Chevrolets in the field.
Stay at the bottom. Still there? You got room.
This is a lottery at this point in the race of who's going to win. Still a lot of laps to go. These guys are just fighting it out for the stage 2 victory right now. 11 laps left.
Careful. Still there.
Emil Suarez powered his way
Still there.
up the middle not once but twice to get to third, and now he leads in the Daytona 500. Bowman's starting to fall back a little bit again.
Still there.
Schneider had a massive run up the middle. He tries to clear Bowman. Almirola simultaneously blocks Schneider.
Still there.
After the 99 and the 88 got together, and now Byron back to the inside of Suarez. After Suarez was able to lead for a couple laps, he's about to lose the lead. Byron up high to block Suarez. Now down low to block Almirola.
Still there. I need 10 more final laps.
10 to go, stage 2.
Stay low, stay low. You're all clear up top.
Car looks quick. He wants to pull to the inside of William Byron now. Gonna get there. Byron blocking all the way down. Back to that middle and upper groove. And now the 10 car of Almirola is going to beat Byron to the inside. Schneider high now. Behind Byron. Help from Kurt Busch. Side by side for the lead between Byron and Almirola. Byron trying to get that pull in that upper groove. Schneider goes all the way down low. Push from Kurt Busch. He takes it 3 wide for the lead. From the top to the bottom into turns 1 and 2. Kurt Busch with the help. What a move by the rookie. In his debut to get to the lead in the Daytona 500 late in stage 2. 3 wide to the bottom. A little help from Kurt Busch. Now up high to block Byron.
You're all clear up top there.
Impressing once again. Still 8 laps to go, this time by in the stage.
Outside, outside.
Suarez, 3 wide to the top for second. He's been making these daring 3 wide moves. This time it's not up the middle, but it's in that third lane on the outside. Schneider tries to hold on desperately for the lead. Got passed by Corey LaJoie on the last lap of the last stage. He wants to put himself in that same position again here and try to hold on this time. Speaking of LaJoie, here he comes. He wants to sweep the stages today in the Daytona 500. Massive run on the bottom. Schneider way down low to block. Back to the top, into the middle, and back to the inside into 3 and 4. Not enough of a run there. Here comes Byron all the way. Third lane on the outside. Down low again on LaJoie. Schneider desperately holds on to the lead. Again to the outside. Contact now with Kurt Busch in the middle. Schneider's hooked on the 1. And that gets Corey LaJoie to the lead after the contact they made. Priest to follow. Custer to third. Schneider's holding up the middle. Kyle Busch barrels his way in there. Contact with the 99. Shoves him into the 24. And the 96 on the outside. And they all save it. Will they even make it back to the green-white checkered flag without crashing here? Side by side, meanwhile, again for the lead up at the front. Schneider squeezes in front of the 49 of Chad Fincham. And back to the inside in front of another Toyota. Ryan Priest now to the lead. LaJoie got held up. He got to the lead, but he never led a lap there. And now we have another caution, our 8th of the day, late in the stage. My goodness. Wish Honda would join NASCAR. That's interesting. Yeah, they're in IndyCar. Already in one major American motorsport, excuse me. Not being possible, I guess. Be seeing Sonatas on the high banks of Daytona. So Ryan Priest will restart from the lead with just a couple laps to go in stage number 2 after our 8th caution of the race. We had a 2-lap dash to the end of stage 1 earlier, and it's going to be similar here in stage 2. Schneider will be in 6th on the restart, 3rd row outside
Be
lane.
ready here. Hammer down, green down.
And the green flag is back in the air. 3 laps. 3-lap green-white checker to decide the stage winner.
Hold your line, driver.
Schneider up the middle between Busch and Harvick. That's not going to work. Byron pulls that hole on the inside. Schneider couldn't get down low, and now he's going to get freight trained. He got it in the back of Cole Custer trying to give him a push. It just didn't work. He does clear Harvick on the outside at least. He's not 3 wide anymore. But now a massive push coming from Chad Fincham in the 49 car. Look at the run Schneider's got on the outside, but nowhere to go with it with Kyle Busch right in front of him. 2 laps to go in the stage at the line for Ryan Preece. Schneider wants to get back down to the bottom, but can't. He's got Chris Buescher in the way. He's trying to squeeze his way in there. Busch gets a little sideways, shuffle out of line now. Now there's little to no momentum on the outside. Schneider tries to get down low, but that lane closed so quickly he couldn't turn the car to the inside. Bowman was there. Schneider's going to get out of the gas. Risky move down the back straightaway so he can get to the bottom in front of Bobby Carter. Carter's now going to push Schneider, abandoning Chad Fincham. Preece leads to the line. Final lap of the stage with a big block in the tri-oval, I believe, on Corey LaJoie. Schneider's got a massive run. 3 wide. He's going to get up to 4th. Look at him go into turns 1 and 2. LaJoie trying to get to the inside of Ryan Preece for the lead. He is there. Schneider slides up the racetrack almost into the outside wall. Corey LaJoie trying to sweep the stages in the 500 is going to get a massive push from William Byron to get to the lead. Another last lap pass for LaJoie to win a stage. Schneider rockets his way all the way to 3rd to the inside of Byron, trying to get to 2nd to the line. Can't do that. Corey LaJoie wins stage 2 in the Daytona 500. He has won the first 2 stages of this race, both on last lap passes, 1 on Schneider and now 1 on Preece. And now our 9th caution of the day for the stage 2 break. Schneider hasn't even been involved in one. Hopefully he keeps it that way into the final stage. 4th and 3rd in both stages in Schneider's debut today, so he's been consistently up there. But the most important stage to crown the Daytona 500 champion still to come. We'll go green with 67 laps to go, and these guys will still have at least 1 more pit stop. For fuel at least. 1 more pit stop for fuel to the end. He loses more spots, 7 that time on pit road. Green flag back in the air. And outside groove, he's going to get to the bottom in front of David Reagan, and now he's going to get really shuffled out of line. Oh, Joey Gates just bounced right into the side of Schneider. So Suarez forced his way up the middle. Gage just trying to get up to speed, just forced his way to the bottom, knocking the 99 out of the way. No regard there for Joey Gage. Oh, he moves up to that middle lane. Austin Dillon's going to fill the bottom underneath Gage. Look at this one. Timmy Hill out in front. 3 wide at the front of the pack here in the Daytona 500. Corey LaJoie is very slow right now. He is not taking off. So is Ryan Preece. I don't know what's stacking those guys up. LaJoie finally gets to the bottom. He goes from 1st all the way back to outside the top 10, it looked like, by the time he got to the bottom lane on this restart. Yeah, it's a dog food brand, not a human cereal brand like I had originally thought. Ryan's going to stay up high. Timmy Hill. We thought it was a miracle he won at Talladega in the Xfinity Series. How about if he wins the Daytona 500? He'll be racing for points this season. He barely missed the playoffs at that Talladega win the Xfinity Series as well on our career mode. Schneider aggressively blocking Byron back to the bottom now to get a push from Kurt Busch in the 1. can't quite get underneath of Timmy Hill yet. Kurt Busch going to shove Schneider off turn 4 in that inside lane as Timmy Hill and Bobby Carter stay up high. Now Hill pulls to the bottom. Going to give the run, extra run, it looks like for Schneider. Schneider up to try and side draft Bobby Carter now. A little loose in the tri-oval as well from Kurt Busch pushing. Oh, here we go. Hill's still out in front. Schneider again to second. He's led a handful of different times today, but he has not led more than 2 laps consecutively. A lot harder to block the runs in the Cup Series than the Xfinity Series. Schneider won the last time he was at Daytona in the Xfinity Series as well. But remember, for myself, it has been 6 Daytona 500 since the last win in a full race live stream on the channel of the 500. Go across various different NASCAR games, whether it's NASCAR Thunder 2004, we're 0 for 2 there, 0 for 1 in NASCAR 05, 0 for our last 2 on NASCAR Heat 5. So if you think about it, it's been almost a year. The release of NASCAR Heat 5, that Chase Parade season with Jimmy Johnson, was the last time we won a Daytona 500 on the channel, so yeah, it's been almost a year. I'd say I'm due. What better way than to do it in a career mode, underfunded, and I mean, this is $1.6 million on the line in this Daytona 500 as well, if you want to look at the money side of things, on top of the prestige of the 500 itself. And that is going to help this program throughout the course of this season, especially early on. Schneider led that last lap at the line. He's got Kurt Busch underneath him, just gets back up in front of Bobby Carter. Timmy Hill now into that middle lane as well. Schneider trying to block contact with Carter, knocks him to the inside. William Byron's been a great push car today as well, but Carter couldn't clear. And Schneider's going to lead his second consecutive lap here after another push from Kurt Busch in the 1. Almirola as well pushing Kurt Busch on the inside. Kurt finally lets go on the top. Almost slides into Almirola. Now he's in the sucker hole down in that middle lane. Bobby Carter up high. Schneider's not going to block him this time. Giving the run to Carter. He's going to try to side draft him though. Doesn't look like he did it enough. Kurt Busch muscles his way through the middle. Back to the bottom now as he continuously pushes the 99 of Schneider. Back to second and third. Again working their way around the 24 of Byron. Bobby Carter is the 4th different rookie driver to lead in today's Daytona 500. Up there with Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, and Keegan Schneider. Yep, a win plus top 30 in points. It's a lot easier than the top 20 like it was in the Xfinity Series. And obviously it'd be a big points day as well, winning the race. Especially for Corey LaJoie, who's already won the first 2 stages. He'd have a couple extra playoff points to go along with, but LaJoie might be the guy to beat here. He was really nowhere to be found at the beginning of Stage 2. Despite winning the stage, he dropped back much like he has here in Stage 3 as well. Schneider's all over Bobby Carter through the trial. Can he find a way around him? He's trying to push him. Now he tries to get underneath him. As soon as he pulls out of line, the momentum breaks. Kurt Busch wasn't close enough to him. Now he's going to pump traffic again. Remember, it is a 16-driver playoff field versus the Xfinity was 12 as well. The Xfinity Series seasons, we saw 15 different winners and then 11 different winners last season. Sorry, 12. I forgot with Brandon Jones winning. And Cindric winning the championship. I guess we ended up having 2 different winners at the end of the year, despite them being eliminated in the playoffs at the time of the win. 13 different, 14, 15, and then 4. Golly, I'm messing up on the words here. 15 different winners. Season 1 the Xfinity Series, Season 2 the Xfinity Series, 13 different winners. I assume we might get a lot more in the Cup Series, a little bit more competitive field. There's a 3-car breakaway at the front between Bobby Carter, Keegan Schneider, and Kurt Busch. With 57 laps to go in the Great American Race. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race. For the next dozen laps. Bobby Carter leads the way. The 60-second run into the Daytona 500. I guess this would technically be his first career start too. So we got 2 drivers in their first career start, running 1-2 with nearly 50 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Schneider wants to get to the lead. But at the same time, you got to think he might be content with just running second behind Carter for right now. Keep yourself in position for late in the race to maybe make the move. That was way too early. You get into those final 20 laps, that's another story. But right now, just north of 50 to go still? I don't know. Then again, if he gets the run, I think he's going to have to take it. As he tries to get to the inside of Bobby Carter. It looks like he will get there now. Kurt Busch continuously pushing Schneider. Still pushing him now into turns 3 and 4. All clear. Kurt's still pushing him. Now let's go. 7th different time. Keegan Schneider has led the Daytona 500 today. Now 54 laps to go. Here comes Carter with another charge on the outside. He doesn't really have a lot of help. Schneider bobbles though. We'll see if Kurt Busch going to pick him up in the draft. He's going to try. Bobby Carter just barely clears him down the back straightaway. Schneider stays in the gas, gets to that left rear corner panel as he looks for the lead again into turns 3 and 4. Most consecutive laps he's led in a row. The last time he led it was 3 in a row. It's about to be 2 in a row this time as again Kurt Busch shoves Schneider back to the lead. And he's still pushing him. Finally lets go to try and again get a run himself. We'll see if Carter can get another one on the top. Up the track goes Schneider. Lost control of the race car there for a moment. Chased it all the way up the racetrack. Didn't get touched from behind. He just got really tight all of a sudden. Room on the bottom to file in line now behind John Hunter Nemechek. Another rookie. Yeah, he's going to be running for Rookie of the Year too. I think only him and Quinn have. Well, Justin Haley hasn't led yet either, but he's been up towards the front too. He's actually in second right now, believe it or not. Got 3 rookies. 4 of them actually, counting Bobby Carter, inside the top 5. How about that? Orange gear wrench car. Yeah, not bad. Not bad paint scheme. Haley trying to get underneath Kurt Busch. Schneider, meanwhile, underneath the 38 of Nemechek. Can't quite make the pass there. Bowman works his way around Bobby Carter to get inside the top 5 once again, and he's going to lock bumpers with the 99 of Schneider. Check moved high.
Careful. Still there.
Shaking all over the place. Doesn't know what lane to pick, perhaps. Leaving the door open for Schneider on the bottom. Another push here from Alex Bowman as well. Push again blocks Haley into turns 3 and 4. Schneider to third. Haley might get a run this time. Nope. Has to back up again. Schneider with the push, and we have our 10th caution of the race with 51 laps to go. 10 cautions in this Daytona 500. One more, and we're going to break the record for the most cautions in a Daytona 500. For ourselves, at least. Still outside the pit window to make it on fuel to the end. So a lot of these guys are going to stay out to keep the track position, it looks like. Flag back in the air. Schneider spun the tires on the restart. That just stacked up the entire inside lane. Pull up in front of Blaney. Oh, he was getting pushed though by the 38 of Nemechek, so when he tried to pull up, he just got sideways. That was a terrible restart from 99. He just had his best restart, the last restart they had, going from 8th to 2nd, especially from the outside, and now just getting freight trained, and he goes from 3rd back to 13. Nemechek's still pushing. See if they can get back to that back. Poor Nemechek, when we started 5th, I mean, everybody on that inside line got stacked up behind Schneider, who spun his tires, and that left no help for Kurt Busch, but he is still fending off the pack and is actually clear out in front with the race lead. We have a 4th driver now out of the race. Didn't get to see who it was. Haven't seen Clint Boyer in a while. I wonder if he's still in the race. He had heavy damage on his car at one point. He was also 2 laps down. I don't even know if he's come back. I'd assume with all the cautions, he would have had a chance. I don't know how many cars Keselowski might have been able to lap 2, though, at stage 1. Different pit strategy. I would assume he probably lapped some cars. "45 laps to go in the Great American Race. Schneider down low now underneath Joey Gase for 11. He's going to pull the cars behind Schneider and Gase back to him, I would have to imagine. Gase also pulled clear of the 99 and gets back down in front of him as well in the turn 3. Kurt Busch, his only Daytona 500 championship came in 2017. Looking for a 2nd, and it would be the first for Chip Ganassi Racing since Jamie McMurray won the 1 car back in 2010. This is my first Cup season for the career mode. This edition of the career mode is where we were doing the full races all the way through. Martin Truex Jr. to the lead through the Tri-Oval. Never won on a super speedway, let alone the Daytona 500, but Martin Truex Jr. has just filed himself to the lead. With less than 50 laps to go, can he get it done here today?
Say hi, say hi.
Got another run behind Gase. Gase, full load of block. Just enough to stall Schneider's momentum out, but now Schneider trying to clear him and will. Those 3 and 4 pretty much all by himself. Getting a nice pull off the 8-car of Tyler Reddick in front of him, and now he's close enough that he's trying to desperately draft. Stay with this pack of cars. Trying to draft Eric Almirola in that outside groove. Definitely working now down the back straightaway. 209 miles an hour down the back straightaway. To the bottom underneath of DiBenedetto now. Almirola still hanging on that right rear quarter panel. Schneider can't quite pull clear yet. 10 is pushing the 21 right on by the 99, but now DiBenedetto moves down to the inside in the tri-oval in front of the 99. Schneider's still inside of Almirola, trying to side draft him again. He's going to clear him to get back inside the top 10. First time since the restart. Clears DiBenedetto all by himself as well for position. Oh, just pulled up and blocked him in time. That was close. Hamlin now, all over the back of DiBenedetto, trying to get a little push going on that outside. Almirola in line behind Hamlin. Two very good super speedway racers up there. Clint Haub trying to get a pull now behind Schneider in the 99. He fights to get inside the top 10 once again. And how about Timmy Hill at the front, trying to go for the lead underneath Martin Truex Jr. Hill led one other time in this race. It was at the very beginning of this final stage. Again, everybody still has to pit one more time before the end of the race.
Stay low, stay low.
He's got a huge run behind Reddick. Gets around Harvick. Gets around Haley. He's up to 7th. Now swings to the outside behind Kurt Busch. Massive run. He's going to pass Reddick on the outside. Now he gets around Kurt Busch. 209 miles an hour again down the back straightaway for Schneider. Trying to stay in the draft as much as he could. Bowman thought about blocking. Couldn't do it. Schneider goes from 9th to 3rd in half a lap. And all of a sudden he's in contention again. And Truex still holding off Timmy Hill with 38 laps to go. Schneider trying to get underneath Hill, can't do it. Timmy blocks him off. Ryan Blaney to 4th. Getting around Kurt Busch through the tri-oval. Blaney and Schneider both started at the rear. In fact, both started in the last row of today's race, 39th and 40th respectively. Schneider pulls up to block Blaney. Blaney to the bottom now. Timmy Hill to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. looking for the lead. Schneider up high. Trying to help Truex out now through the tri-oval. What lane are they going to go with? Blaney is just giving Schneider a massive push right now.
Stay high.
Truex back to the bottom though. And that's going to give Timmy Hill a little bit of a pull. Schneider files in line right back behind Timmy Hill once again. Again down the back straightaway. Side drafts Hill this time. And pulls past him all by himself. No push from Blaney that time. Blaney still first car on the outside. Timmy Hill hangs on to 3rd. We'll see if Blaney pulls down behind Hill now. Timmy Hill gets to the back bumper of Schneider. We'll see if they can get around Truex. 36 to go in the Daytona 500 for Martin Truex Jr. few young guns behind him. Owen Schneider looking for the first career Cup Series win in the Daytona 500 here today. And for Schneider in his first career start, trying to pull off the unthinkable. Dixon, welcome to the stream. Toyotas have been strong out in front today. We saw that out of Suarez. I don't even think we've seen Hamlin lead a lap yet, but he's been close so many times. Bell was also in a similar situation as Hamlin before Bell DNF'd back at stage 1. Eric Jones has led laps, a decent amount of them back at stage 1 as well. Been a while since we've seen a Toyota out in front, but they have been strong when they have gotten out there. Schneider and Hill trying to pull closer now to Truex. It's a 3-car race at the front. Kurt Busch and Ryan Blaney are side drafting the heck out of each other right now for third. Kurt's going to get the advantage and clear Blaney in the tri-oval. Schneider kind of clipped the apron meanwhile in the tri-oval. Kind of stalling out Timmy Hill. Truex gets away a slight bit. Kurt Busch pulls closer to the back of the 66. Large single file line. Still one pit stop to go to the end of the race as well. 33 laps left to decide the winner of the 62nd running of the Daytona 500. And the final one on NASCAR Heat 5. Down the back straightaway. Schneider gets another pull behind Truex. Kind of breaks away a tiny bit from Timmy Hill. Two laps left. Laps taken away pretty quickly at this point. We just await the finish. We'll see if the rookie in his debut is going to have anything for these guys. Quinn Half is now inside the top 5 as well, another rookie. Considering this is a game from 2020 again. Why Reddick, Bell, Custer, Houff, Nemechek are all rookies. Again, Schneider gets to the back bumper of Truex. Sure, he would like to pull out a line to make a pass, but he just can't get close enough to get on that corner panel and make that move. Start to dice things up. These guys are slowly catching a lap car. It might be Clint Boyer because he's had a lot of damage today. He has been very slow. Hill again trying to push Schneider. Houff on the outside trying to work with Kurt Busch. Again, I believe that is Boyer. And Truex is closing in on him. Schneider's got to run on the back of Truex. What lane is Truex going to pick? Is he going to go to the bottom or is he going to go to the top? He's going to go to the top. So is Schneider and Hill. And Boyer kind of stacks up the third place car, Kurt Busch. The top 3 get by unscathed. I don't know what's wrong with Boyer in this race that he has been off the pace. Again, I think he was involved in the big one back on lap 5 with Brendan Gaughan. But I have to assume. He's still running out there, trying to get all the spots he can. You never know what the strategy is going to look like. But now there's another lap now. There's 2 laps down at one point. He might have been on the lead lap with all the cautions, but he's a lap down again regardless. Still get the free pass with another caution here late. He just does not have the car to keep up with this pack. 29 to go. Comment in the chat below, who do you think is going to win this Daytona 500? Truex may be putting himself in the best position right now. But can he hold on for the next 29 laps? We're about 13 or so laps away from green flag pit stops. Or into caution. If we get a caution, I'd assume everybody's going to come to the road. Timmy Hill didn't go with Schneider that time. Schneider tries to go low to block Hill. Barely gets down in front of him. Timmy wanted second place for himself. He didn't want to go to the outside. It's close. It was strange because he was still shown as a draft partner, but he wasn't actually pushing himself. Bowman back inside the top 5. He's really gone through the pack a lot today as well. Gets around point health. Closes in on Kurt Busch, and Busch is slowly starting to reel that group back to the top 3, it looks like. The process slowly separating himself from Bowman and Health, but not anymore. It's actually kind of good that they're single file. Remember when we had green flag stops all the way back at stage 1, they were not single file, and we almost saw a couple wrecks. We also saw Schneider lock the tires up and about to spin out as well, so he's got to make sure he doesn't do that this time. He almost made a rookie mistake in his first career start. It'll be a lot harder to roll up these Cup cars versus the Xfinity cars. Shorter stages in the truck and Xfinity race, not used to making as many green flag stops, let alone on super speedways, especially super speedways and road courses. Races have a shorter lap distance as it is. This just shows how strong Truex is, though, because even with the 66 pushing the 99, we've seen Schneider lead a handful of different times today. Schneider cannot get to him. Kurt Busch is pushing to the lead multiple times today, though, so maybe if Kurt can get up to third, he can give himself an opportunity later. We got a little loose that time in 1 and 2. These tires are getting older as we're getting towards the end of the run. Heading under green, I'm likely going to take fuel only. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's thunder outside my house, and I think the lights just flickered, so I'm hoping the power stays on for the next 25 laps, 24 this time at the line. We're almost done. Let's let the storm hold off. 24 laps to go, though, in the Daytona 500. Schneider's been on the gas, full throttle this whole time. He is not backing off, and he just cannot get to Truex with the help of Timmy Hill. He's likely going to need a stronger car to get behind him. He pulls Timmy Hill that time. This is the first time he's actually been able to make a run at Truex, but he just couldn't get underneath him. And now he gets a little sideways in the middle of 1 and 2. The front of that car really started to push up the racetrack. When he got tucked in line right behind the 19, he wanted to get underneath him, but there just wasn't enough room. And that was probably as close as we've seen Schneider to taking the lead away from Truex here in this final run to the finish. Truex finally has the car to maybe get it done on a super speedway, and Timmy Hill gets shuffled out of line now. Kurt Busch to third. Bowman might try to take it 3 wide, and things are finally starting to shake up right before green flag pit stops. Bowman's just going to follow Kurt Busch for now. Kurt Busch, who has a lot faster of a race car than Timmy Hill, he might be able to push Schneider to the lead. He has a couple times today. .22 to go in the Great American Race. Kind of pulls away from Kurt Busch a tad bit off turn 4. Needs Kurt to stick with him. See if Bowman can give Kurt a shot. Now Timmy Hill did file himself in line behind Bowman. He's single file up there and still running fit. Gotta wonder where Corey LaJoy's at in the field as well after winning the first 2 stages of the race tonight. He might have a shot to steal it late. This group is really spaced apart during this green flag run, and it's going to come down to these green flag pit stops very shortly to likely decide the winner of the 62nd Daytona 500. Large reason why the pack got as spaced apart as they did was when they caught Kurt Busch. Timmy Hill pulls the pit road, as well as Justin Haley back there, and a couple other cars inside the top 10. 20 to go in the Daytona 500, and we are seeing some of the drivers pit for the final time today. Schneider can still go about another 4 laps on fuel. Remember, Timmy Hill led a lot during this run, so he maybe wasn't able to save as much gas. Some of these other guys, and you wonder if that's going to lead Mark Truex Jr. to coming into the pits sometime soon as well. Caution! 20 to go, our 11th caution of the race, the most we've ever had now in a Daytona 500 on the channel. And this will bunch everything back together, and we're going to have a restart with about 16 laps to go. And everybody is going to pit. Schneider is not going to take tires. Fuel only. 1 can. He's going to add 5% more tape to this 99 machine. There were a few drivers on pit road that we saw already that should cycle them to the lead. Yeah, 3 cars cycle out in front here. Schneider loses 4 spots on pit road with a fuel-only stop. Green flag back in the air, and actually only the top 2 of Timmy Hill and Austin Dillon. We're on pit road at the timing of the caution before going a lap down. Timmy Hill, with that pit strategy, will restart back out in front. And we actually have 17 laps to go and not 16. Schneider in the back bumper of Austin Hill, trying to get that run. Couldn't do it. Cole's down to the bottom, though, in front of Denny Hamlin. Well, there's somebody to track with. Hamlin is likely going to be the guy. He's already won 3 of these races. Schneider does lose a little bit of ground now. Moves back to the top. Block Reddick, and Reddick is now going to push Schneider on the outside down the back straightaway. A little bit of a stack up into the corner between Quinn Houff and John Hunter. Schneider gets back to 6th, now on the back bumper of Kurt Busch. Carson Boy, welcome on in. See, you changed your name in the chat a little bit.
Got one outside now.
Side draft by Quinn Houff, pulling the 99 apart from the 1 of Kurt Busch. Schneider's got to get that run back again. So Timmy Hill, with the track position gain, has found himself back in the lead. Trying to pull off a miracle, but this time in the Cup Series and this time in the like OBS disconnected there for a quick second, so sorry if it lagged right when the caution waved, but not sure who brought out the yellow exactly. And Schneider will have to restart on the outside in 6th. He's been inconsistent when restarting on the top, so we'll see how this is going to go. We'll see if we'll get to the end this time without another caution. Green flag back in the air. Schneider didn't have a good restart on the outside last time when restarting in 8th place, trying to get to the bottom, but he gets into the side of Kurt Busch. Timmy Hill's going to take it 3 wide to the inside for the lead. No, Austin Dillon shuts the door on it. Schneider went up the middle, meanwhile, though, between Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. He clears Truex. Oh, a little contact with Kurt Busch. It's going to stall out Schneider's run now. So it gives Alex Bowman a bit of a push. Kurt Busch up the middle for 2nd place between Hill and Bowman. He's going to get there, and now he's going to get to the inside for the race lead. But Timmy Hill still on the inside as well. Kurt Busch up the middle for the lead. Got shot out of a cannon, but now it's Timmy Hill side drafting him back as they're still 3x3 off of turn 4. 10 laps to go now in the Daytona 500. 3x3. Haupt now pulls to the bottom in front of Schneider. Dillon on the outside still being pushed. By Alex Bowman, now Schneider, he'll make the daring move to the middle lane. Timmy Hill moves up the track just a tiny bit. Not enough cars on the bottom. Schneider's going to get out of the gas to fall in line behind Quinn Houff once again. But he's not getting a push from David Reagan from behind. Reagan's not working with him, and Timmy Hill has fought his way around Kurt Busch. 9 laps to go, and he's back out in front again. Houff to the inside of Kurt Busch for 2nd. Schneider trying to side draft Alex Bowman right now. Trying to get his way to 5th, and he's there. More cars on this outside groove. Might be the way to go. Schneider's locked in there with Austin Dillon. Now he moves back down to the bottom again. Tries to side draft Dillon down the back straightaway. Quinn Houff has a run on that inside lane as he closes on Timmy Hill. Kurt Busch comes off the top of the racetrack. Maybe going to try to side draft Schneider, and he does. And now gets that bump draft again there from Austin Dillon. Schneider moves up in front of Bowman. Bowman gives him a huge shot in that outside lane. Kurt down to the bottom now, breaks away from Dillon. He's behind Quinn Houff. Quinn Houff, Timmy Hill, side by side for the lead with 8 to go in the Daytona 500. Who would have thought that could have happened? More momentum on the bottom might give Houff the lead. He's clear. Houff to the lead down the back straightaway for Starcom Racing. Again, just too many cars in this outside groove. Not enough to get the inside going. Houff again pulls to the bottom. Schneider gets a big run off of Kurt Busch in the 1. Gets all over the back of Kurt Busch, trying to push him. Squeezes now on the outside between Timmy Hill and Austin Dillon. 3-car train on the outside. Houff again pulls up high. This could be Timmy Hill's last gas. To try and get to the front. Schneider now is going to hang Hill out to dry. He's going to go up the middle. Oh my goodness, he almost makes contact with both Hill and Busch, and Dillon follows 3 wide up the middle. Schneider to 2nd and drops down in front of Kurt Busch. What a move by the rookie in his debut. Late in the Daytona 500, coming to 6 to go. 2 rookies, 1-2 at the front of the field. Austin Dillon now again to push Schneider in the 99. A lot of Chevys up at the front here late. Dillon clears Kurt Busch down to the bottom. Dillon and Schneider have a massive run on Quinn Houff. They're going to pull to the outside. Houff is hung out to dry. Schneider side drafts Quinn Houff now. Down the back straightaway. Schneider to the lead. And down to the bottom to block the 0-0. Back to the outside to maybe block Austin Dillon. He wasn't clear. And Austin Dillon's got a run in the top lane. Schneider may have pulled to the bottom too soon. Files back to 3rd. Austin Dillon to the lead with 5 to go. And Quinn Houff holds on to 2nd. Dillon remains on the outside with Schneider and Busch on the bottom. 3 wide now for 4th place. David Reagan is in the mix. Houff now back to the inside of Austin Dillon once again. They are side by side for the lead in the Daytona 500. Timmy Hill battles his way back to fourth, pushing Schneider in the 99. Schneider got a little tight. What lane will he go to? He almost turns Half. Half's getting a massive push on the bottom now. Schneider to the inside. 3 wide for the lead in the tri-oval. 4 laps to go. Timmy Hill follows the 99. Schneider to the lead. Hill is still pushing him. Can he clear Austin Dillon this time? He will up at turn 2. 99 out in front. And now has to block Austin Dillon and the rest of the field for 3.5 long laps here at Daytona. Schneider up high, trying to block Austin Dillon. Back to the bottom in front of Hill. Oh, he got a little loose off turn 4. They're going to get another run. Schneider swinging back and forth, trying to hold on to the lead as they are 3 by 3 from about 4th on back. 3 to go. Half almost gets pinched into the wall by Austin Dillon. 3 lanes is going to be a lot harder to block than 2. We'll see if the kid can do it. Contact between Half and Bowman in the middle. Dillon again on the outside. He's got too big of a run. Bowman, though, up the middle. Hill on the bottom to push Schneider again, and Austin Dillon pretty much by himself is going to get to the lead. Half was there, but not close enough. 2 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Austin Dillon's back out in front. Dillon not going down to the bottom. Schneider and Hill working together. Massive run. Austin Dillon couldn't block it. Schneider trying to get out in front. Timmy Hill still pushing him down the back straightaway. Lap and a half to go in the Daytona 500, and as the rules in NASCAR, if they get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race. This is insane. 1 more lap at the line. Schneider up high to block Dillon. Loose in the tri-oval on the older tires. Down low to block Timmy Hill. Ryan Preece in the mix as well. Caution down and the race is over. Crash in the tri-oval. And in his debut, Keegan Schneider is going to win the Daytona 500. Oh my goodness. Our 13th caution of the day is going to end the race. And the unthinkable has just happened. Oh my goodness. Have you ever? In his debut in the Cup Series, in turns 1 and 2, blocking Austin Dillon and Timmy Hill, the caution comes out. Oh my God. That is insane. Unbelievable. Kurt Busch blowing up. Brought out the caution there. He was inside the top 10 in front of traffic. Got to do the burnout. Unbelievable. I cannot believe, I'm just so speechless at what we have just seen here today. Oh my goodness. After almost a year since the last Daytona 500 win on the channel, Oh, don't wreck it. No, well, oh well. I'm trying to do the traditional slide through the grass on the front stretch. Off the Xfinity Series Championship, he only got here with the last lap pass there to win the championship yesterday at Phoenix. You want to talk about a Cinderella story. The owner driver in his first race just wins the Daytona 500. Oh my. Oh wow. Hell of a race, Keegan. Any words? No, not really. This is insane. How did that happen? I don't know if I was going to be able to hold on back to the checker. Austin Dillon had a really fast race car. Priest was coming in on the outside behind Austin Dillon. We'll take a look at this replay of the end of the race, and we'll walk through those last couple laps. Oh yeah, this was the green flag. Oh no, never mind. Hang on. This was the green flag pit stop earlier in the race where we almost wrecked trying to make it to pit road. Hang on. It was the next lap. We pitted this time. And we almost lost the race right here. Got a little sideways. Almost came back in front of traffic. But yeah, now we're going to go through those final couple laps of the race. As Michael McDowell said, we won the Daytona 500. Are you kidding me? That is exactly what I'm thinking right now. Well, we did it in our first career start. I mean, even Trevor Bayne didn't do this. He was in his second start. This is with 3 laps to go down the back straightaway. Schneider getting pushed on the bottom by Timmy Hill. Austin Dillon on the outside. He was trying to block 3 lanes at once. Couldn't do it. Dillon got out ahead pretty much without a major push. That 3 car was extra strong. And I don't know what they did during those last pit stops late to get the adjustment, but we hadn't seen Dillon really run up towards the front a whole lot in the race. He was strong at the end, and this was the move, the race-winning move. A massive push from Timmy Hill down the back straightaway with a lap and a half to go to get on by the 3 of Austin Dillon. Hill still pushing him. Hill back off out of turn 4 and stop pushing him. Schneider goes up to block Dillon. A little bit of contact there, sliding up in front of the 3. Then they get to the white flag. And at that race, right into turn 1, the caution waved. And it was tough to tell exactly where Kurt Busch was at. When that happened. Trying to see if he actually crashed back in the pack. I don't think there was a crash. I think he was just blowing up. Yeah, there he goes. Somewhere back in the pack where it got split up there, but we did it. We won the Daytona 500. I cannot believe what just happened. My goodness. 140 minutes of racing. You a one heck of a driver to pull off the Daytona 500 in our first career start. The money that we are going to get for winning this race. Hit that like button down below if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know how you can after this race. And you can go back. I mean, this is a special moment on the channel, guys. And for those of you that were able to watch it live, well, career modes going forward. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to replicate this ever again. No, we had a super speedway chassis, but I don't know if we're ever going to be able to replicate this again, winning the Daytona 500 in our first career NASCAR start in a NASCAR video game going forward. So be thankful that we were able to get that done here today. That is unbelievable. And the fact that we hadn't won a Daytona 500 on the channel since NASCAR Heat 5 released when we won with Jimmy Johnson last year. And that was with 04, 05, and NASCAR Heat 5 a couple times as well. I mean, finally, after a full calendar year, we were able to get it done. I know it was only 6 races in between, but still. Considering I trust my driving abilities, that's unbelievable. Yeah, Payne was too young to drink. Well, I am old enough to drink the champagne, but I choose not to drink, so. But, man. That is just unbelievable. 10 people watching. There's the finishing results to today's Daytona 500. Schneider, in his debut, gets the win. Timmy Hill, with a close second, was a nose ahead of Austin Dillon at the line. When the caution came, or sorry, at the time when the caution came out, the field was frozen. Austin Dillon third, led about 3/4 of a lap before the caution came out. Ryan Priest, fourth. He was coming in on a hard charge there at the end. Quinn Houff ran a very good race in the final stage. He finishes 5th. David Reagan, another underdog, finishes 6th. Alex Bowman, 7th. He had a very strong car. Bobby Carter was up front most of the day as well. Finished 8th. Justin Haley, 9th. And Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 10. Yeah, I'm 21 years old, so I'm not the youngest to win the Daytona 500, but I'm the first ever driver to win the Daytona 500 in their first career start. And I'm also first driver to ever win a NASCAR Cup Series race in their first career start. More history on the channel. Unbelievable. With an underfunded team, too. That's what's awesome about it. We don't have the funding. We're going to have the funding now after winning this race, but we're still going to be like a middle-of-the-pack team. But we're not going to be the back-of-the-pack team this season, like we were in our first season of the Xfinity Series when we were kind of back in the pack until the very end of the year. No, we're going to be mid-pack, and we're going to contend for wins going forward. Not week in and week out this season, but we're going to contend for a lot more wins now after winning this race. Look for us on the other super speedways as well and maybe get it done. I mean, that's just unthinkable to happen there. That got my nerves up. That's the first time in a while my nerves have gotten up. Even during the championship, like, my nerves got up yesterday when we had to make that bump and run to win it on Briscoe on the final lap, but not like this, though. Best moment on the channel. It might have very well been right there. There's a very good chance. Maybe it wasn't the best finish we've had on the channel with the ending under caution, but it's the best moment, I think, overall on the channel so far. The drivers to DNF today were Cole Custer, Michael McDowell, Jimmy Johnson, Christopher Bell, and Brendan Gaughan. So we have 5 drivers that failed to finish. And Clint Boyer is 2 laps down in this race and was 1 lap down late. He comes back to finish 11th with a wrecked race car. Kurt Busch brought out that yellow, still crosses the line 12th under his own power. Look at those earnings. $1.8 million. And we are the points leader, too. After our first career race. Well, I mean, just like the last 20, well, more than 24 hours, the last 2 streams we've done now on the channel with these full race live streams with NASCAR video games. Unbelievable. We had fun with the All-Star race last night, too. But, you know, coming back to this. And Keegan Schneider gets to hoist the Harley J. Earl Trophy. Yeah, 1.6 to win it, but with the sponsorship and everything else involved, too. Putting it up over 1.8. That's awesome. This will be on the highlight reel for sure of the best of NASCAR heat on the channel when we get done with everything. Truex led the most laps, 26 laps led today, all of which in the final stage there in the closing 40 laps. Before that caution came out and kind of broke the pit strategy up. Then he got held up on the playoffs. And we made the play. Yeah, I know. Top 30 in points should be guaranteed. So, for us, I don't think we were going to do that bad. We're locked into the playoffs in our rookie season. Unbelievable. Racing with the big boys. It's going to be tough to get another win for a while yet. So we need to cherish this. I mean, we might be like Michael McDowell this season where we won the 500. We'll be consistent. You know, we'll get top 5s, top 10s from time to time throughout the year. But to win another race is going to be tough for a while. But so cherish this one with what we've got. We had the fastest lap, too, 44.024. Racking in that money. Look at that. 85, 76, and 76. And we won the Daytona 500. And we were up towards the front a lot. I mean, we had a really good car in the draft. Yeah, Keegan Schneider earns first NASCAR Cup Series win at Daytona. Can Keegan Schneider do it again? Why didn't they say at the Daytona 500? That would have just made the headline even that much better. We better get some tweets coming in here. Matt DiBenedetto, nice one, winning a race. NASCAR Cup Series, no small feat. Hashtag kind of a big deal. Coming. Yeah, we got our first win before DiBenedetto. What the heck? Who would have thought that could have happened? Brad Keselowski. Similar, he just didn't have the hashtag at the end of it, but same tweet as Matt DiBenedetto. Joey Logano, we got all the Penske guys giving us some congratulations there. What a win. That's super exciting. Indeed, Ricky. Indeed. Michael McDowell. Nice close finish out there. Gonna start calling you the closer. Oh, well, I think Kevin Harvick's got that nickname already, but all right. We're the new closer, the young closer. Chase Elliott, it's great to have another NASCAR Cup Series season. We'll be friends all season long. Yeah, well, should be. And then Truex with the same tweet again as well. With the ugliest car in the field, too. We got it done. We could win Atlanta given our pass there. That's possible. It's a 500-mile race, though. The Xfinity races were 250, so it's going to be a little different. But we got the money. What a season. If we win any more than, 5 races this season, that is just, unthinkable. But winning the 500 has definitely opened the door up for that. I think we're going to train our employees a little bit more here. But outside of training our employees, we're not going to make any other upgrades yet. Because I want to save to get a short track chassis. And then once we get that short track chassis, I think that's when we're really going to start, upgrading the departments itself. It's likely what we're going to go with. So we're going to hold on to this Daytona 500 money right now. We're not going to invest heavily yet. We will upgrade all of our employees. Try to get them to a 10. There we go. All right, so we got him to a 10. Now we're just going to save for the short track chassis. I mean, we could upgrade to an 85 on the Aero, too. Save on the pit crew for now. Now, I'll wait. I'll stick with my game plan. I don't want to blow all my Daytona 500 money yet. Still got 800,000 in the bank. That's pretty good. $85, 80, and 80 when we go to Vegas. It's going to be an overall stronger car than what we had at Daytona. I don't know what to expect, though. Vegas has a lot of tire wear, though, so that could help us out, too. We couldn't really manage our tires well in the Xfinity Series there, but there's no tire limit in the Cup Series, so we'll have plenty of sets of tires. I mean, we'll be pitting likely almost all season under every caution that comes out. Obviously, as long as we don't cause it, because that's my rules. Cause the yellow, I don't pit. Don't take the advantage on it. But hey, we made it through the 500. We survived the big one on lap 5 that happened right around us. I mean, that could have taken us out very early. We never would have known what could have happened. But the unthinkable just happened here tonight. So we'll start the work plan. Get to see how many laps we led in that race, too. We had to have led probably close to 20 laps. 15. We led 15 laps. Look at that average finish, 1.0. Technically, this season's going to be our NASCAR career, so don't look at the stats down at the bottom to indicate our career stats. It's going to be this season as our career stats for season 1 at least. And without practice or qualifying too, we would just stack the odds against ourselves. And we got the job done. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Again, how could you not like, share, or subscribe this stream? We had some issues early on, but we kinked them out after the first 20 to 30 laps of the race, and we were able to get this thing in. As far as the rest of the career mode goes, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Because on nights I have to work, we're probably not going to have, or I should say on days I do work, we're probably not going to be able to actually do the career mode now that we're in the Cup Series. And the same thing kind of goes with the championship mode. We got to get this caught up first. We still have half a season to catch up with this before we can start alternating back and forth between the championship mode and the career mode. So a lot more of the NASCAR Heat 5 stuff will continue to be the career mode, but I'm only going to be able to do shorter races on days I work. So you're going to be seeing a lot more NASCAR 05 action on nights I work. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays. But I will bring my PS4 on the road to the road trips I'm going to, because I will have the next 3 Saturdays off because I'm going to Nashville, Pocono, and Road America. And then I will have the Friday of Pocono off as well, and of course the Sunday night. So, if I could, I'm not saying I'm going to stream every night I'm on the road, obviously with the race being involved there. But like on the non-race days that I'm on the road, like on the trip down there, there's a good chance I'll be able to stream, assuming the same thing that happened at Charlotte didn't happen because I was planning on streaming there. So those days and then days off, we will run NASCAR Heat 5 career mode, but don't expect the next Vegas race to likely be until next week. Unless the only chance I run on a day I actually work is if it's raining and I can't go golfing after work. If it's raining, I come straight home. I'll get home by 5:30. We can easily get a cup race in, especially a 400-mile race. 500's a little iffy, but next race 400 miles at Vegas. So I guess if something like that happened, that's the only way you're going to see it. So that's kind of the schedule we're going to be going off of. But yeah, nights at work, if I can't get home early enough, we're just going to be running some NASCAR 05 modified Busch and Truck Series action on the nights I work. So more of that definitely to come as well. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow on the channel for whatever stream is to come next, whether it is right here at Vegas on the Heat 5 career mode for the Cup Series, or if it will be a NASCAR 05 and any one of those 3 series I just stated. Appreciate the support as always. Indeed, there, Trevor. Road to 1,000 subs. Appreciate the support as always. This is a moment that will live down in the channel's history from this day forward. Probably the best, at least spectacular moment that I think we've had on the channel with one of my wins so far. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good rest of your evening.